What's up, guys? It's Backchat TV, and I'm so happy to see you back again. Thanks for tuning in. Daniel Dubois, born 6 September 1997, is a British professional boxer from the UK. He's somewhat peculiar, but extremely charismatic father. Was born in the relatively small Caribbean island of Grenada. The British boxer's father was a street trader in London's Camden Market. Reportedly, he occasionally flew to New York in the 1980s to sell posters and made around $1 million per trip. In 1997, having made a fortune for himself, he decided to become a single parent and raise Dubois and his siblings by himself. Notably, Dave's children were all born to two women, his first wife and then his girlfriend. Younger sister Caroline Dubois is also a boxer who represented Great Britain in the 2018 European Junior, World Youth and Youth Olympic Championships. Daniel Dubois previously held the World Boxing Association WBA heavyweight title, regular version, from 2022 to 2023. At regional level, he has held multiple heavyweight championships, including the British and Commonwealth titles from 2019 to 2020, and as an amateur, he was a 5-time national junior titleist and British champion. Little is known about the background of his mother, but it has been rumored that his mother is of Nigerian descent, but this unfortunately cannot be verified. His father took him to the boxing gym at the age of 9 to stay out of trouble in South London. He trains at the Peacock Gym in Canning Town, working under Tony and Martin Bowers. Dubois had around 75 amateur bouts. He won 2 English schoolboy titles, 2 Junior ABAS plus the CYPS, won the British seniors. He spent a year and a half as part of the GB Elite setup in Sheffield and boxed for England around a dozen times, competing at the European Youth Championships twice and winning gold medals at multi-nations in Tama, Finland, and Brandenburg, Germany. He left the amateurs early with only a handful of senior amateur bouts. He was on the Great Britain Olympic team with the plan to compete at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. However, he opted to turn professional instead, signing with boxing promoter Frank Warren of Queensberry Promotions. Dubois' rise to boxing stardom is no coincidence, as his father Dave had already masterminded his son's legacy before he was even born. The rigorous training regime began as soon as the IBF heavyweight champion could walk and talk. Reportedly, Dubois' father is a deeply spiritual individual who had a vision that DDD was going to be a world champion one day. I told his grandmother and his mother he was going to be a world champion when he was in the womb, Danny stated in one of his media interviews. Planning out Daniel's career path before his birth, Dave strengthened Daniel Dubois' mental resolve from when he was a kid, putting him through rigorous workouts to prepare him for a long and arduous boxing career. No water, no food, just up and down on his fists. Imagine how strong that makes you mentally, Dave stated proudly, boasting about Daniel doing press-ups with his fists for hours non-stop during his childhood. In a lengthy interview, Daniel, alongside his father Dave, revealed the brutal yet enjoyable training program he had been put on as a child, which included laps around their council estate and never-ending push-ups, which left visible scars. The workouts began when he was about 5 years old, with his father running a disciplined ship. My dad put a lot of work into me, so I got the full brunt of the force. He's not crazy strict, he's just disciplined, he told the Sunday Times. Although the family was living in a council estate during Daniel's upbringing, it didn't stop Dave from implementing a tough training regime. The dad of 11, including Caroline Dubois, the interim WBC women's lightweight champion, managed to get very inventive when it came to ensuring his son reached his peak both mentally and physically. Speaking to The Times, Dave revealed that sometimes he wouldn't feed Daniel until he had completed his workout. "That's why he's so powerful. I just wanted to strengthen his mind, because boxing is a hard sport. Not anyone can do it. I did that for years with him in the mornings." The minute Dubois could walk and talk, his dad started training him inside the boxing ring. "I wouldn't give him food or water until he'd finished. Dave would even have his children run endless laps around their housing estate as part of his plan to create champion boxers. On one occasion, the police even intervened, believing that the kids were being forced to run against their will. Just 2 years later, following his son's exponential development as a boxer, Dave took him to the acclaimed Peacock Gym in Canning Town, which also saw boxing greats such as Lennox Lewis and Frank Bruno train there. From there, the training only intensified. Speaking to The Guardian back in 2020, Dave revealed, "When Daniel was young, we used to do off-the-wall training. Age 10, he could do push-ups for hours at a time. However, that wasn't the first time Daniel was exposed to push-ups, as he had already been doing them since he was 5. He even revealed to the BBC back in 2020 that he broke the world record for the most consecutive push-ups done by a 5-year-old. "When I was 5, I was doing push-ups every day. At home, I was probably doing 5 hours non-stop push-ups. I set a world record for the amount of push-ups I did. I can't remember the amount, but countless." The early and brutal training at a young age has clearly aided Dubois massively in his bid to become a champion boxer. Daniel Dubois is one of 11 children fathered by Dave Dubois. Daniel, along with his 6 younger siblings, lives with their dad in their family mansion, equipped with an outdoor swimming pool, jacuzzi, and gym. In a media interview, Dave revealed that his sons and daughters are mostly musicians and boxers. The Greenwich-born boxer's father believes that 3 of his children, Caroline, Prince, and Solomon, will all follow in Daniel's footsteps and become world champions. According to Daniel, his youngest brother Solomon is the most gifted boxer. "He's only 8, but he's doing things I still struggle to do. Where we have failed, I know Solomon will be able to improve and be better than all of us," the British boxer stated proudly in a media interview. Dubois, who snubbed the 2020 Great British Olympic team in order to throw himself into the fire of heavyweight boxing, aged just 19, is blessed with explosive power, having secured 20 of his 21 victories by way of knockout. However, a question mark remained over his mental resilience after he took the knee in his first career defeat to Joe Joyce, when he received a fractured left eye socket from a relentless Joyce jab. As for the reason for quitting, Dubois' promoter, Frank Warren, cited that doctors after the fight said that Dubois could have permanently damaged his sight had he stayed in the ring. Speaking to TNT Sports shortly after the fight, Warren said, "There was bleeding of the retina, so he basically risked a detached retina. He did the right thing." A reasonable explanation to the layman on the street, but not to fighters, many of whom took to social media to publicly criticize Dubois. Matthew Macklin, a former middleweight world title challenger and pundit, tweeted immediately after the fight, "There's no nice way to say this, but Dubois quit, got hit with a clean jab on a damaged eye, and sat it out. He's young, but if you've got the quit in you, then it's always going to be a doubt over him." Asked what had happened, he responded, "What can I say? He caught me with a good jab, and his jab was pretty accurate. And you know, I couldn't see out the eye." He did very few interviews in the weeks that followed on from the fight, but speaking in an interview months later with Frank Warren's Queensberry Promotions YouTube channel, he said, "I took a knee, and the rest is history. But after all that, I'm not going to let this stop me. Set me back. Hold me back. When I come back, I want to see them same people, and I want to get in the ring with them and show them how much of a quitter I am. Despite losing again to heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk by stoppage, Dubois fully redeemed himself with impressive wins over Filip Hrgović, Gerald Miller, and most notably, Anthony Joshua, and has put himself again at the top of the heavyweight division. Daniel Dubois, despite being a somewhat shy and private person, has recently been rumored to be dating a Brazilian beauty named Raissa Fox. Now, Dubois has not been very public about this relationship, and the details of what she does professionally aren't known either. However, he posted pictures with her a few months ago, where he called her his Brazilian queen. But the images have since been deleted. Interestingly, the two follow each other on social media. Judging by her social media activity, Raissa is probably in London for the Dubois vs. Joshua fight. A quick look at her Instagram stories will tell you that she has been closely following the build-up ahead of the Joshua vs. Dubois fight. On her Instagram story, she captioned a carousel of pictures of Daniel Dubois and Anthony Joshua facing off at Trafalgar Square during the weigh-ins. I like it, translated from Portuguese. Furthermore, Dubois revealed in the face-off interview with Anthony Joshua back in June that he had just arrived in the UK after his training in Brazil. Nevertheless, before both the 27-year-old fighter and Raissa publicly confessed their love for each other, their relationship is still rumored at this point. But why has he kept things so private, you may ask? Has it got something to do with his strict Christian upbringing? Or does his somewhat overbearing father disagree with their relationship? Hey guys, thanks for watching my video, because if you didn't, it might have got really ugly for you. But since you did, I really appreciate that. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Backchat TV Sports. Do it now. I ain't got all day.